Greetings, everyone. Hope all of you are having an absolutely fantastic day. First and foremost, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. I hope all of you had an incredible time yesterday and were able to spend it with friends, families, and loved ones. Or if you are by yourself, I hope you are able to reflect on all the things you are happy and grateful for. I had a fantastic Christmas myself. My daughter was very happy with her gifts. I got some nice gifts as well, including a book of dad jokes. So now at the beginning of every stream, we'll read through a few dad jokes to kick things off properly. So anyway, moving into the video, we got a nice Christmas surprise yesterday. Sticky Studios decided to drop a 20-minute video walking through an alpha build for UnderRail 2 Infusion. Now, to be clear, I never played through all of UnderRail. That's actually something I plan to do in 2025. I'm hoping to both review it and do a guide for it. So we only did one live stream that I believe was around 3 hours, but I know about it well enough to say that it's well regarded for being very, very difficult, but in a good way. And it's the type of game where the player is expected to be creative and try to figure out, based on the resources and abilities that you have, how are you going to overcome some of these difficult scenarios. And it definitely has pretty rabid fan base who absolutely love talking about it. So I'm sure there's quite a few people who are looking forward to the sequel. Getting into the new alpha build, first and foremost, Infusion 2 looks significantly better than its predecessor. I think it's very, very commendable, considering this is still an indie studio, what they have been able to accomplish from a visual perspective. There are a lot of different areas where there's a strong color clash that I found to be very visually engaging and interesting. And there's a lot more detail in the environments as well. Also, there's more detail in your own personal characters. So they showed a couple of sequences such as putting on a vest, which you can actually see on your character, and then when you put things into your pockets, you can actually see them hanging off the pockets on the vest, which I thought was a super cool touch. If you use bandages on your wounds, you will watch your character wrapping the bandages around themselves in order to heal. Just really cool little small details all throughout this 20 minutes that makes it clear right off the bat there's a lot of love that is going into this project. Now, on top of that, they've added some environmental options for how to deal with situations. So there's a couple of sequences where the character tried to get through a door and they were unable to pick it. And so if there was glass next to the door, they could smash it and then walk in around the door. I thought that was super cool. Super interesting, the way they give you these alternative ways to get into areas if you don't have lock picking. There was another situation where there's a locked door, but there was a fence right next to it, and the character had bolt cutters, so he was able to cut into the fence and walk in that way. Definitely seems like UnderRail 2 is going to reward the player for creativity and thinking about how something could be done. I absolutely love it. I think this is going to be really fun. There were also some light environmental puzzles that the player could engage in, where they could push around crates and get into specific sections so they could climb up to different areas, and it would give them more options about how to do things. So all the way around, seems like paying attention to your environment and thinking through how you can use your environment to overcome certain scenarios is going to be a very big deal. They also showed off some of the customization for weapons. So the character used a crowbar for a good bit, but then they switched over to a rifle, and over the course of the 20 minutes, they added both a scope and a flashlight to the rifle. And they showed off that these different weapons were going to have different types of attacks. So with the rifle, they were able to do a 3-round burst or different types of shot depending on the situation. And even for the crowbar, they could choose how exactly they wanted to attack with it based on what type of enemy you were going to be dealing with. So seems like there's going to be a lot to track to try to figure out, okay, how do I best overcome this situation? And I thought it was super cool at the end of this 20 minutes, he ended up in a fight with multiple spitters and got completely overrun, hammering home immediately that, hey, this is still going to be a very difficult, very challenging game where you can easily step into situations that will pit you against odds that are almost impossible to overcome. Great stuff. I know a lot of people who love UnderRail. They just have to be excited by what we've seen in this trailer. So this is pre-alpha. I'm honestly not expecting this game to come out in 2025. It's probably more like a 2026 release. But whenever it does come out, I'll definitely be all over it, live streaming on the channel at least for a few episodes and doing a review and possibly guides for it as well. So let me know down in the comments if there's any other UnderRail or UnderRail 2 content that you would like to see. I would definitely love to be able to get that out to you all, and I'll see you on the next video. Take care.